Buddy Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Chainsaw Man Part 2, Chapter 16, aka Chapter 113. So before I get into this recap and live reaction, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because of course this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, and we ain't sponsored by Shueisha, and we ain't sponsored by Manga Plus, and we ain't sponsored by Viz. And considering how much we promote Manga Plus on this channel, it's kind of surprising, right? But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one, feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below. So, okay, let's be goddamn real on what's happening up in here. This is something straight out of the Deaderland arc of Jaga, specifically with what Chiharu was doing with the artificial frenzied frogs, turning people into artificial fractured humans, using Nomen as the middleman. Yep, but the difference is, obviously, I don't think there's a middleman up in here. Nah, but the Justice Devil, nah. And also there is motive. Justice Devil is probably trying to, get stronger, and she probably is, by turning people into fractured, well, not fractured, turning people into devils. But with Chiharu was doing this for fun. Let's be fucking real. I love Chiharu so much. I miss him. He's my baby. I need another manga just covering Chiharu's shenanigans. I hope we get that someday. But anyways, where we're at right now is with Asa. She needs to create more weapons, and she ain't killing a kitty for that. But she's gonna go out on a date with Denji. This is gonna be interesting. Let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us today. And this chapter is titled, I Want to See Penguins. I want to see penguins too. Forget the hairpin. They're so plain. Can you add some more flair or whatever? Drop it. My outfit's fine. You'll be able to turn that punk into a weapon if he likes you, but are you truly capable of seducing him? Too easy. How so? Boys fall for anyone who can show them a fraction of a good time. They do? You wouldn't get it because you're a devil. Tell that to the Makima Simps. Seriously. The Makima Simps will tell you otherwise. I'm just saying. Just give them this. Nah, you just need to give them some titty and give them some ass, and they will love you, for one thing. The other thing is, especially in the Simps case, if you are a dominant bitch, ooh, they will love you. Besides, I'm pretty darn cute. Yeah, she's cute. I'll be head over heels once we hang out for a bit. Well, Denji is a thirsty mofo. Sea anemones are relatives of the oh my god, no, of the jellyfish. They had these tiny hairs growing on them that they used to feed by stunning fish, shrimp, zooplankton, and so on. Oh my god, I would be so bored. But they can survive for years without food. They're like jellyfish in that way. There are even sea anemones that have lived longer than 70 years with the proper care. Dude, I would be so bored. They're found all throughout the world's oceans, and they can move. They can slowly move too. There are also fish that live inside them called anemone fish. The sea anemones protect them from predators and share their food scraps. Hey, enough about sea anemones already. I want to go look at the penguins. No, we're supposed to look at this for another 10 minutes. Huh? Listen, oh my god. I came up with a perfect plan for joining the aquarium. We aren't deviating from the plan. Oh my god, I would be so pissed. Okay. In tropical waters, sea anemones latch onto coral reefs or rocks. Look at Denji, he's so fucking annoyed. Starfish and ectoderms and relatives of the sea urchin. There are as many as 2,000 starfish species around the world. Not all of them are starfish or star-shaped either. There's even a species with 30 arms. Dude, I hate being lectured like this. I will tell you right now, when Brian, but there's some things that are worth it though. I will say that. And I'll say this: if you can give me a good conversation that is intellectual conversation that doesn't sound like I'm being lectured, fine. I used to have like, what was it, at least 2 hour conversations with Brian when he was alive, of course, about like we talk about politics, we talk about energy. He was fucking obsessed with energy. That's how I know shit about like natural gas and stuff like that. We talk about the most random things, and sometimes and in the stock market too, to an extent. We talk about this random shit, and sometimes it would turn into a lecture, and I would get so goddamn annoyed. I'm like, oh, come on. But at the same time, I'm like, I know what's important to him, so I gotta listen to it. I understand, but this is different. If it's important, to the person you're going out with, you just gotta deal with it. And for fuck's sake, you might actually learn something about the person. This is not that. What this is just boring, and this is a straight up lecture. You might as well be going on a field trip. When they get attacked by a predator, they'll rip off their own arm to get away while the predator eats it. Their arms can regenerate, so I guess they regrow later. Now this right here, though, what Asa's talking about, though, it's definitely going to be relevant to this whole situation. Starfish can eat almost anything in the ocean. They feed by pushing their stomach out of their mouth and directly digesting their prey. Fun fact, there's an area in Kumamoto Prefecture where they eat starfish. As you'd expect from a relative of the sea urchin, you strip the skin to eat the insides like with sea urchins. What about starfish? I want to see penguins. No, the plan is to look at starfish for another 30 minutes. 30 minutes? Even in other oh my fucking god, woman! Even in other languages, starfish mostly have star-related names. For instance, in France they called. Oh my fucking god, Denji, walk the fuck away. He should be falling for me around now. Even the aquarium employees couldn't give explanations this interesting. Hey, can we ignore the plan for a sec and go see the penguins? Are you shutting up? We'll have fun as long as we stick to my plan. You don't need to think about a thing. I decided to think about stuff in my own way, you know? Thank you, Denji. Like, seriously, fuck off, Asa. You don't tell people how to think. No. I'm looking at those penguins with or without you because I've never seen penguins before. Excuse me, hey, wait. Shouldn't you go after him? What? Why? He's the one in the wrong. He interrupted my explanations and went off on his own. I didn't do anything wrong. Could it be that you're a total bore? Yeah. She is a total bore. Woman, I would be bored with you. I would not want to be around you either. I do not blame him for this. You are boring. Boring. Come again? The punk looked bored by your long-winded lectures. I was bored the entire time, too. You phony chainsaw boy are the bores. I studied up on ocean facts at the library for this. Alright, fine, I get it. Now go after him. My explanations would be interesting if you can understand them. You just don't get it because you're a devil. I did everything right. If they were interested in you, if they were interested, like if they were a biology major or they like liked fish and shit, that'd be different. But no, they don't. Exactly. You aren't wrong, Asa. Huh? Uh-huh. You're Tenji is someone who doesn't know the first thing about right and wrong. You're correct. But there's one thing you're wrong about. You can't turn Denji into a weapon after all, can you? Ooh. You always have to do the right thing. You can't turn a person into a weapon. Why do you know about my power? Did I never mention? Ooh, I'm War Devil's big sister, Famine Devil. Call me Fammy. Oh, I thought she was the Justice Devil. She's the Famine Devil. Okay, now what we're getting here is Four Nights of the Apocalypse, okay? Okay, now I have to wonder here if this is going to be the opposite of what I thought, where Justice is not War Sister, but Justice is the enemy of War. Ooh, okay, here's the reason why I'm saying this. Because, again, this is because of Four Nights of the Apocalypse. Because there's a couple of reasons why. Because you have Arthur who is fighting for his own justice. That's why he's doing this stupid fuckery and causing chaos for his own justice, right? Then you got the Four Nights of the Apocalypse that are supposed to bring ruin. War is one of them. Famine is another one. Now I gotta bring up the rest of them. Hold on a second, this is gonna bug me. These are the Four Nights of the Apocalypse, okay? It's death, war, plague, and starvation. And now we got starvation is basically famine. And we have war. So now, is there going to be a plague devil and a death devil? If we get a plague devil, I would love that. Death devil, like if you want to replace death with justice, fine, I would be down with that. But I feel like justice is going to be the enemy. I really do. I feel like justice is going to be the enemy in all of this. Partially because of what we saw in Jagan, and also like what we're seeing in Four Nights of the Apocalypse. But do I think we're gonna get a death devil, or like I don't know what will replace death in all of this? Oh, you can make the argument that maybe Denji will side with. If Denji sides with them, okay, that like the chainsaw. You have the chainsaw devil on their side to replace death. Okay, then all you would need is the plague devil, and then I can see this being. I could see Fujimoto going for like a 4 devils of the apocalypse. Oh, Fujimoto, if you go this route, I will be so fucking happy. But there's one other thing I want to check real quick. It doesn't have to necessarily be like what Nakaba's doing in Four Nights of the Apocalypse. I want to check one other thing. Okay, so I pulled up the myth, the actual myth. And this makes a lot of sense here for why we have, maybe it could make sense here. Because it says here for the White Horseman, okay, that it's war and infectious disease. Interesting, but this is famine, so probably not the case in this. If this was the pestilence devil, yeah, this would make a little bit more sense, for like the sister or whatnot. But nah, this is famine. And let's keep going here. let's keep going here and see what direction Fujimoto is going in, and then we'll get more into the actual lore, into the actual, the actual mythology. Not good. Not good, Asa. Don't listen to that. Yoru? I took Yoru outside. It's only temporary. You aren't leaving this aquarium until you can turn What? Any human should be capable of abandoning their morality when they're starving. I'll create the right stage for you. You aren't leaving this aquarium until you can turn Denji into a weapon. See you soon. Yo, we got an emergency. This aquarium ain't that big, right? I guess not. 'Cause no matter how far I walked down the hall, I couldn't get out. That pain in the butt's back from hell. Ooh. Well, Denji, you about to out yourself right now. You wanted a natural outing? There you go. But, this is going to be very, very interesting. Indeed, it will be very, very interesting. Okay, there is something here that I do want to mention in regards to the third horseman, because famine could still be justice or related to justice. That's why I'm like, justice could still be related to them, and still, it's very interesting. So, and also in this case, it will also relates to Yuko's design in particular. Because it says here, the third horseman rides a black horse and is popularly understood to be famine. And as the horseman carries a pair of balances of weighing scales, indicating the way that bread would have been weighed during famine. And authors interpret the third horseman as the Lord, as a lawgiver holding scales of justice. It's interesting, right? So you could make the argument about how famine and like the justice devils kind of situation could be related, or like how famine like fucked with the Yuko kind of makes sense. Doesn't it? But if that's the case, maybe I'm just like looking too much into it, but or just thinking, looking too much into it, but like it can't be more than a coincidence, right? But yeah, but death is the last one. I'm trying to see if there's any other thing that could replace death in all of this. Here's something interesting here. It says here, Death's commission was to kill upon the Roman earth with all of the four judgments of God, with sword, famine, pestilence, and wild beasts. That is very, very interesting, isn't it? So, you can make the argument that Denji could represent the sword devil in this scenario, okay? Then you got famine, you got pestilence, we haven't seen just yet, and the wild beasts. We got the bad devil's gone though, so nah, it's not him. But you see what I mean? I'm telling you, there is something more going on here. But there's one other thing about famine that's very interesting that I'm seeing here is famine is the inevitable consequence of carnage and oppression. This is going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. A lot of the stuff that I'm seeing in here is very much what you see as like from like during war and the aftermath of war. So it's like, that's why I'm like, I feel like Fujimoto is going to go this route. I really want to see, I kind of want Fujimoto to go this route. I really do. To go like the four horsemen of the apocalypse route, like via the four devils of the apocalypse with Denji, uh, war, the war devil, Yoru, famine, and part of me wants to see it with justice. Like, even you can make the argument having the sword representing justice as well, but I feel like the sword, Denji representing sword feels right. But I'm very curious what you guys think about this. Because it says, but the other thing that's interesting about death, what it says here, is with death that Hades is following him, and with jaws open and receiving the victim slain by death. So I wonder if that's going to be, because remember, we need to get into hell. That's part of the goal, is to get into hell to save power and all that shit. We're gonna be going into hell at some point to face the big baddie, which you can make the argument that's the equivalent to Hades. So I'm telling you, there is going to be, I feel like Fujimoto, you should go this route. If you aren't thinking about going this route, you should. This would be very interesting. And it'd be very interesting, especially now, to think about going this route, considering with the Ichinose family's deadly sins is literally the underlying theme for it is the 7 deadly sins. It'd be so cool to have something like this happen right now. Obviously, we've got the 4 Nights of the Apocalypse with Nakaba. Nakaba's doing really cool shit with that. But I'd love to see Fujimoto's interpretation of the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Oh my god, I would love to see it. Please do it, please do it, please do it. But I love knowing that this is famine. I feel like this feels right. This feels right that this is famine. The more that I'm thinking about it. But but what I said at the beginning of this in regards to the Justice Devil, I still stand by it. The Justice Devil is definitely there, doing something very similar to what Chiharu did in Jagan. Damn straight. Gotta be. I wonder. But as I said up in here with how we had something similar with famine, and how famine and the scales of justice were connected. I wonder if the Justice Devil and famine are working together. That's another thing. Are justice and famine working together, where famine is taking the power from the artificial justice devils? Like, that's maybe the middleman, kind of like with Nomen being Chiharu's middleman. That would be very interesting. Again, Fujimoto, these are ideas. I would love to see it. I'm very curious what you guys think in regards to this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what direction you think Fujimoto should be going in with this. Do you guys think that we're going in like a 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, well, 4 devils of the apocalypse kind of thing? That's what it seems like to me. I really hope so. Oh god, I hope so. Especially with the confirmation that this is the famine devil. Oh god, yes. And what do you guys think about how Denji's about to out himself? And based on what we're seeing here, do you guys want to see Denji be the sword? I really want Denji to be the sword of this. This would be so cool. If Denji is like represents death, I would be stoked. If Denji represents death or the beast, I would be fine with that too. I don't care. I want Denji's got to be one of them. He gotta be, right? Or would yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see what direction Fujimoto goes in. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Chainsaw Man content. Any ways you could do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network, that's in the description box below. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!